No problem.
All right. Broken Filter Live, episode number 47. And coming at you live from Port Chester, New York. This is the Dolls Entertainment Network Studios. I'm fumbling over my words here today. ZenLive.tv. I am Joe Rockstar. To my left, I've got the man, the legend.
I'm Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch, yes, you are. You said more than he said in any interview in the past.
I'm beast mode.
Yes, in the past 6 months. We are Broken Filter Live. Go listen to our podcast on iTunes and Stitcher. Shoot us some reviews. You got to rate us, review us, subscribe to us. That'll get us the featured spot on iTunes or Stitcher. It'd be great. Tonight we got a great show for you. We have a very exclusive interview with someone.
Ultra exclusive.
That we will introduce in a few moments. Then we're going to take a break. We're going to shoot some sponsors at you, and then we're going to do some random thoughts. We're going to talk about the interview movie again, because there's more news with that. Some DJ got a rim job down in Chile. We're going to talk about that. Speaking of Chile, Jonesy's going to talk about the Red Hot Chili Peppers and how much he thinks that they fucking have been phoning it in for the past 15 years.
Yes.
And Jonesy's going to get on the scam alert. He's going to tell you the scam he was talking about last week, but what happened.
For those of you who didn't turn in, I kind of gave a little bit of a teaser. I love scams. In case you haven't watched this show before, and I came face to face with one, and I can't wait to tell you guys about it.
So that'll be on the second half of the show. I hope everybody sticks around. And now we're going to get right into it. We have an exclusive interview with the one, the only, Platinum Puzzy. P-U-Z-Z-Y. She's on the line. How's it going, Platinum?
It's going great. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the party. Should we call you Platinum or Puzzy? Which one would you prefer?
You can call me anything as long as you don't call me after 3 a.m.
Yeah.
All right.
No booty calls. Damn it, my wife's going to be so upset.
Yeah, that could cause some problems, especially when it's Platinum Puzzy, not gold.
Yeah, right.
Well, actually, that was my first question.
Well, why don't we give a background on who she is, like her website, Jonesy?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't mean to cut them off, but I want to let everybody know what you're doing and where to find you. Platinum Puzzy, I believe PlatinumPuzzy.com, you can find her specific work, but also at bbwcamhouse.com, which is a live 24-hour-day voyeur cam house with girls and people coming in and out all day long, all night long, parties, sex, showers, eating dinner, the whole 9 yards. Why don't you give us a quick rundown about BBW Cam House?
BBW Cam House is a unique look into my personal home and the shenanigans that take place that typically the average person wouldn't have access to, but since I have cameras in every corner, every room, every piece of my house has some form of audio or visual cameras, you're going to catch everything. So it's really, there's no way, it's the realest reality TV that you'll ever find because it's unscripted, it's raw, and it's happening right now. Like there's, one of my girls is in the house holding it down while I'm gone. So if you go to bbwcamhouse.com, you can actually check her out. And for the holidays, we're giving 5-day access for free. So you can check out all the rooms, which typically would cost money, to see private rooms and bathrooms and showers and stuff and the craziness that usually happens in the non-free rooms. But this weekend, or this week for the holidays, we're doing it for free. So you can check it out and see all the good stuff.
Now, just to clarify for our listeners, well, most of our listeners should know this, and if they don't, BBW is big, beautiful women. That is women that are a little bit larger. And I know I like my women with curves. I know Jonesy doesn't like a stick figure, so this is right up our alley. And we are going to get down to some questions. We're going to have a conversation, but Jonesy, you were going to ask her a question, so I'm going to hand it right off to you. You go ahead and
really.
right
The first question I really had is that I love the name Platinum Puzzy, but what exactly makes it Puzzy? I'm sorry, if it makes. Anyway, how come platinum as opposed to a nice bronze? just out of curiosity.
Well, it's like one of those situations where when you're looking for premium jewelry, they tell you if you want to get the best jewelry, you get platinum. I felt like, first of all, it was a complete marketing thing. I felt like I needed to have a name that doesn't identify me as a BBW, so you would be curious, you'd check me out, and then either you would find me cute and then be like, oh, okay, she's a big girl, or you'd just come and be like, oh, okay, well, this isn't exactly what I was looking for. But nonetheless, you'd be curious and you would find me, and my name would stick out. And when I introduce myself as Platinum Puzzy, the reaction is pretty much the same across the board. Everybody's like, what? What's your...
You're certainly gonna get a couple of eyeballs when you put that out into the web.
You'll gain a few clicks.
Yeah.
All right.
To say the least.
I believe that's what George Bush would refer to as strategery.
Strategery, solid strategery. All right, let's dip into the BBW Cam House. Let's ask. We got a lot of questions about this. So, how far ahead do you have plans for visitors, and how many visitors do you have in the house at one time? Is it 1? Is it 10? Go ahead. Why don't you fill us in?
The thing about the house is that it's completely random. Some days there won't be anything going on. It'll just be me by myself, handling my normal everyday business as a boss or just as a regular person. And then other times we'll get constant guests and the girls will come, and we've had probably anywhere from 20 to 25 people in the house. We've had parties with 40-plus people. I mean, it varies.
Wait, so you've had 25 suggestively horny people in your house at once?
Yeah, we throw parties all the time, and so we'll get, random people that are like, hey, what are you doing? It's Friday or Saturday, and we want to come by, and it turns into, a party after, 5, 6 people. And the next thing you know, everybody's like, oh, we're looking at the cameras. It looks like it's really jumping over there. We're coming over there to party.
All right.
That's awesome. That beats a text message any day.
Fuck yeah.
The only thing is, when you get that one person you didn't want to invite to the party, you're like, don't tell Tina. We don't want her fucking coming over. She got all drunk and threw up last time she was here. She's like, you guys doing anything tonight? You're like, nah, nothing. She goes on BBW Cam House. She's like, fuck you guys. You guys are fucking wasted.
Well, you know what? If I were running a BBW Cam House, the first person I would call is the black guy from the Green Mile, Michael. What's his name?
But he's dead.
Yeah, but that's the first person I call. Someone just like that.
You think he'd be down to throw a party?
To constantly be running patrol because that guy with the mustache would always show up.
Creepy guys.
Yeah. And
I understand what you're saying. You got to keep the crowd out. That seems like a party that's invite only, right?
Yeah. I mean, we've had a couple of fans that have visited the house, and it can be awkward, especially when they're starstruck, and then they think that the house is, a sex house, which it's not. It can be, but it's not. That's not the it's like the main reason for the house. So, you got to be let people down gently and send the creepers home when they get a little bit too touchy-feely and friendly, and then want to come crawl into your bed. And you're like,
right.
Cam House closes at such and such time. We're sending everybody home, so you got to go.
Cam House closes when Cam House closes when the creepy guy with the mustache runs his hand up your thigh. It's over.
Right?
It's done. Security.
Security.
Yeah, so...
we locked them in the basement.
Yeah, I had something I was going to say about that. I think voyeurism, people don't necessarily realize that you've kind of crisscrossed two different fetishes or I guess you'd call it fetishes or genres of porn because... not necessarily porn, but two genres. You got the BBW genre, and then you have the voyeur, because people like to watch. Now you have people that like to watch, but also people that like larger girls. So that's a great ploy that you did there. That's really good.
Yeah.
Well, I've been wanting to do it for years. It was just a matter of, I mean, it's an extremely expensive and tedious with all the technical stuff. And
that was a question I had.
difficult.
Yeah. I mean, you must have had an unbelievable amount of confidence before you really went balls deep, pardon the pun, into a venture like this.
You know, I've done a lot of other risky, very ballsy type moves in the industry. That's just who I am. I'm the kind of person that wants to do something that raises the bar, and I'm really trying to plow down. Literally, no pun intended.
Yeah,
but
you guys are full of puns right now.
I want the industry to take plus-size women more seriously. I think that our genre being one of the top-selling markets for a very long time. This isn't something that just happened, but for a very long time, our market has been very popular. We're definitely a top seller, but we're not getting the type of recognition and the respect within the industry that we deserve. So I'm doing things that definitely is catching attention. You know, I did for 2 years a show called BBW Fan Fest, and it's basically an adult expo and an awards show that honors and showcases plus-size women inside the adult industry.
Huh.
And, you know, that was definitely the first time it was ever done. And now with the Cam House, this is just another part of my life that I'm exposing. And voyeurism's been around for years. You know, with glory holes, people have had cameras in strip clubs and
yeah.
dressing rooms and things like that. Like
I still can't believe glory holes even exist. I really can't.
I actually have a glory hole at the house.
Oh,
Really?
God. Really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that's pretty fucking awesome. I actually, once you mentioned voyeurism and the cams, and I went and checked out your website, it reminded me. You said the security in strip clubs. I have a funny story, and I don't know if I'm gonna get people in trouble for telling it. But the same guy, I worked in a bar, and I'm not gonna name the bar because then people start getting in trouble. But I worked at a bar, and the guy that installed the security cameras at the bar had also installed the security cameras at like any strip club within the past a radius of 25 miles. So he had the master login code for all the online security. You could view any camera in any of the strip clubs. And he gave us the master code, and we would just go on and be the creepiest voyeurs at 5 in the morning.
God damn,
seeing
really?
what was going on in the strip club. Yeah, we could just put in the master code and see what was going on in any strip club. The locker rooms, the bathrooms. It was bad. It was almost too creepy for me, and that's saying a lot.
Well,
Wow.
It's creepy when the people that are being viewed don't know that they're being viewed. The great thing about us is we know. It's like Big Brother, the XXX version,
Right.
both in size and adult content. So, and we actually enjoy the cameras being on us. We entertain the people that are looking in, you know, a lot. So we'll go in and chat with everybody, and we've actually developed friendships and, you know, like real-time relationships with the people that come and join the house and follow us from room to room. And sometimes it's a little awkward because, you know, when someone's telling you about how you took a 45-minute shower and then, you know, the last time you shit, like, I don't need to know that. Like, this is not up for discussion. So, but otherwise, the voyeurism, we enjoy it, and it's neat. But yeah, in that situation, if I didn't know that I was being filmed, I mean, that would be embarrassing. I'd probably be creeped out.
I did it a couple times, and then I was like, you know, at the end of a shift, the bar manager would pop it up, and I'm like thinking back, like, that was really creepy. But let's move on from our creep. Let's move on from our. Thank you, thank you for verifying my level of creep when I was drunk after a bartending shift. That was bad news. Believe me. That's how I got my wife. Sometimes the creepy works out for you. Let's see. Oh, I have a good question for you. Have you always been this liberated and comfortable with being on camera in such intimate situations, such as the voyeurism?
No.
What was it that sparked it for you, that got you ready to do something like this?
You know, I was a bill collector in my previous life. But I was doing bill collecting, and it was a tough job. I was really good at it, but it was one of those things where I've always been an independent, you know, strong, hustle-type female, and working for people just really was never in the cards for me. So I'm working this job. I hate it. I'm dating a guy. He wants to get into the swinger community, and I'm like, I'm just not feeling the swinger thing. So he was like, let's take some sexy pictures so we could spice up our bedroom life. Not that there was anything wrong with it, but he's just one of those adventurous people. So we started taking pictures and video. Bam, here I am, in knee deep in the adult industry, and it was a hobby. Eventually, I was making more money in the adult industry than I was at my regular job, and I was like, I can wake up when I want to. The cost, when you have a job, you have overhead. You got to pay for gas. You got to feed yourself while you're there. You got to deal with people. You got to worry about how you dress. So I was like, let me just cut the overhead and stay home and be a whore.
Sign me up. Where's the dotted line?
Right?
Seriously.
And in the midst of the adult industry, I found my confidence. I found a sense of security.
How about that?
I love that.
That's awesome. That's freaking great.
He said, how about that? He was excited for you. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. So the porn industry saved me.
So after, 3 shoots, all of a sudden you just felt like this enormous surge of power and confidence, and, go ahead.
I saw something in myself that I'd never seen before, or I felt ashamed. I grew up in a conservative home where you didn't talk about sex. It didn't exist. It was one of those taboo subjects that we just never engaged in conversation, which always made me feel like, even as a grown person, if people would have sex while I was at their house, or people had sex and I knew about it, I almost felt ashamed. That's so gross. Why are you doing that? Wait till I leave. And now it's like, do your thing, man. Let's really see.
You're like, hey, you need me to hold the camera for you? I'm over here. I can help you out. I'll hold the camera.
Yeah, let me get my camera. I got a Galaxy 5. Let me just turn it on. The quality's freaking amazing. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Now I'm just curious. Do you start with baby steps? Do you start with girl, or do you go right to a rotisserie? How does it?
I actually started with guys. I, at the time, had a male roommate. One of my best friends was living with me, and in the midst of me and the guy broke up, so I'm stuck with this quota. I'm working for a website, and they're like, you need to turn in so many videos and so many photos a week, and I'm like, I don't know what else to do. I've wiggled my toes and brushed my hair and all this regular stuff, and I'm like, what can I do? And he was like, well, we can have sex on camera. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So we got this little cheap camera from Walgreens that you put 10 batteries in it, and it was super tiny. It was like a little Polaroid, and the lighting was terrible, but the fireplace was going, and he was dark as night. And here my big fat white butt is, but it's all you saw was him behind me and my white legs, and I was wearing some heels, and the fireplace in the background. But it turned out to be one of my best videos ever.
Oh my,
that's romantic. Very romantic.
It was over from there.
I'm telling you what,
very romantic.
You really paint a picture.
Yeah, honestly, that was a great verbal visual. I really enjoyed that.
Verbal visual.
Yes, we're wordsmiths here at Broken Filter Live. All right. I keep saying, I gotta cut that out. So you had mentioned that you were working and you got into the working porn industry. Now, I did notice in your press kit you said that you didn't like the whole producers and directors telling you show up and we're just going to throw somebody at you. And I wanted you to elaborate on that and tell the listeners, why you didn't like it and what you did to fix it.
When I initially started in the industry, I started out as amateur, which is unscripted, not professional. I mean, it's literally just picking up a camera and filming, sex on camera. Mm-hmm. So eventually, with my name and, I had a nice little figure and whatnot, eventually the producers were like, we want you to come and do some scenes with us. Okay. So I get there, and I didn't like the way that it was done. It was really unprofessional. It's like, hey, this is Bob. Bob, you're shooting with Bob today. And, Bob's some, hairy foreigner who doesn't speak English with this huge dick, and I'm like, I'm not attracted to him, and I'm not a very good actress. I signed up to do amateur porn. I'm not a porn actress, and I cannot act like I'm really filling this guy right now. So I did the scene, and I was extreme. The circumstances and the whole scenario was done in a storage unit type warehouse garage.
Oof.
No air conditioner in Miami, and there was a dog on set.
In Miami?
It was awful.
Oh my!
Was it a pit bull, wasn't it?
I don't even remember. I just remember it kept panting, and I'm like, dude, I'm trying to pretend like I'm enjoying having sex right now, and I can see this dog, and he's like, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so gross.
Oh, that sounds awful. So you took it upon yourself to make your own way at that point, right?
I made a decision at that point that I wanted to be in full control of anything that I did. If I'm going to be doing something that I'm going to catch a lot of heat from, and I get still constant problems and heat from family and friends, and everybody wants to judge me and tell me that what I'm doing is so bad. I felt like if I was going to do it, I was going to do it on my terms, and I enjoy having sex with people that I enjoy and that I like, and that's what I wanted to present. I wanted to present something that was more realistic, and sometimes it's stupid little scenarios that you put together because that's what people do in porn, but it was actually somebody I was attracted to.
I appreciate that, because I have always wondered when I'm watching porn, I'm like, she's not a good enough. Most porn actresses are not good enough actresses to begin with, or else they might be doing other kinds of acting. So I watch them. First of all, sometimes when they're faking orgasms, you're like, they're trying to overdo it to like make you, the men or the viewers, be more excited by it. It turns me off. I fucking hate it.
It is so annoying.
When they're like, you're like, fuck, you ruined it. You ruined it for me because I was into this. Now it's so fake.
The one that I hate the most, I appreciate a little bit of sound, a little bit of enthusiasm, but I don't want to hear honking like a goose. That's the one I don't like. That one.
It sounds like a seal.
I've heard that before, though. Yeah, I've heard that one bore.
Because I
you know what's terrible? I've been on set with someone who sounded like a cat was dying. I'm like, oh my god, shut up.
Yeah, no one's into that. And if they are, that's cool. That's your thing. But personally, I'm not into that. So yeah.
Me either.
Okay. A couple of quick questions. One, do you have a little bit of feminism in you or no?
Do I what?
Do you have a little bit of a feminist streak in you? Just out of curiosity.
I believe I do. I think I do. I'm all about women empowering. I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm feminist. I would say that I definitely believe that women have a place on this earth, and that we're not given the respect and credibility and the things that we deserve. But
okay.
I wouldn't necessarily label myself a feminist. I like everybody. I'm an equal opportunist.
I like that.
More so than anything.
I was going to ask you to follow up the feminist question. Do you think that, now people have views about porn and the porn industry, now people think it's degrading to women, and some people think it's empowering to women, like you're taking back the whole women are the submissive ones. Do you have that view? Do you think you're taking power back from the male-dominated world?
Absolutely.
Yeah, rock and roll.
I believe here's the thing. First of all, as humans and as U.S. people and citizens, we're brainwashed, first of all.
Agreed.
Humans are primal. We are more like animals. We're not intended to be with just one person, or we're not intended to be sexually satisfied with just one person. That's why people cheat. That's why people, want to have sex with multiple people, or and even multiple sexes. Like women want to have sex with women and men. We're primal individuals, and we're not given. We're taught at an early age that we're supposed to get married and purchase a home and have a career and a white fence and a dog and 2 kids, and that's not meant for everybody. It might be for some, but it's not meant for everybody. And
excuse me.
I believe.
Excuse me. You have to get to church immediately. Because you are about to burst into flames.
He's joking with you. That's his sense of humor.
I'm setting myself on fire because I'm going to hell in gasoline drawers, baby. Don't even get it.
That's the funny thing is I'm Catholic, but I mean we're not going to get any further into religion because that's a mood killer. But God, the restrictions of feeling good in life is just ridiculous. They're like, don't feel good ever, and you'll go to heaven. So we're gonna skip that whole conversation.
Follow-up question. Now that we're out of church, could I ask what's the absolute craziest thing that's happened in the house on camera that you are aware of?
That I'm aware of. We've had so many crazy things happen. Threesomes have sparked. People have snuck out of one room to go be in another room. Like, it's crazy. But I think the craziest thing that happened was, when we broke in the glory hole.
Ooh.
You broke it in? Okay.
That sounds
we had to
fucking
break it in.
intriguing.
Well, I
Yeah,
had
it
to
does.
customize.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I had to customize for the house. I had it built.
That's awesome.
I wanted the house to have things. It's got a stripper pole in the dining room, so I've got a fuck machine in the kitchen. So I needed to have some these things that
Fuck machine.
Fuck machine. It's basically an inflatable with a dildo that rams the
Wow.
girl or whoever wants to take it.
Equal
But
opportunity
I
fuck
had a-
machine.
Another visual.
Yeah.
But I had the glory hole customized for the house because I wanted to have these unique items that, like a Sibian and all these different things that would make you want to visit the house because you would want to have access to these things that you typically wouldn't get to see. So we got a glory hole. And one of the guys volunteered his penis. Of course, he volunteered his penis. But I also had a pocket pussy, so we placed his member inside of the hole and proceeded to let him break in the glory hole. So I think that was probably one of the coolest and funnest and craziest things because everybody was in shock. Because the person who did it was not the person we expected.
Oh,
it was one of
nice.
the least likely people to get up and be like, "I'll volunteer."
Yeah, that's awesome. like the Hunger Games, the Glory Hole Games. I volunteer as tribute.
District 12.
District
You
12
are
inches.
member.
District 12 inches here. That's fun.
Oh, you're giving yourself far too much credit.
No, that's funny. I was just trying to make a joke, and that it was a penis joke. It's the first thing I could think of. Dick jokes. And it is a fail. So, besides BBW, is there any other genres of porn that you personally enjoy that like really jump out at you?
I really enjoy lesbian porn with studs.
With
I love
What-
with stud, like the whole butch, not butch, but stud.
okay.
The girls that look like guys but are still girls.
Oh.
Nice. That's a different
Yeah.
one. I didn't expect that answer.
I didn't expect that either.
That's
No.
awesome. I don't think I don't
Yeah.
think I've come across too much of that either. And believe me, I spend a few minutes a day perusing the internet for porn. Let's just say
Really?
let's just say I have a private
What
office.
do you search for?
Let's just say I have a private office. Sometimes my lunch break gets a little extended.
So what type of porn do you search for?
You know what I really enjoy personally, and I don't know what it is. There's a lot of these out there. There's imposters, but there's one, the backroom casting couch videos for some reason I really enjoy because it's like a cross between amateur and just surprise sex. These girls come in to be adult models. He interviews them, and you can tell they're not acting. They're legitimately there to be an adult nude model. And then he just like throws it at him. He's like, "By the way, if you want to be on camera, we got to see what you can do on camera, so suck my dick." And the girls almost always are like taken aback by it and like, "Whoa, no." And they're not acting. You could tell the difference between porn actresses if they're acting or not.
You see, I've never watched this stuff. I always
Are
thought.
you kidding me?
I
That's
always
the best.
I always thought it was just like the MILF Hunter with like a different name on it.
No. Backroom casting couch, what happens is he says, "Do this." They are always like, "No," at the beginning. Some of them jump right in, which is amazing. But they just literally had no idea 2 seconds ago that they were going to be having a full-blown sex session. And boom, it's right there. So impromptu. I don't know what it is about that gets me going, but that's exciting for me.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we should do that, and we'll call it the voyeur van.
Hell yeah.
We'll put a couch in the back of a van and casting couch.
I think we might be able to do some Broken Filter Live, BBW, Cam House future opportunities here, right? We have some ideas we could share with each other, I'm sure.
And
Sounds
listen,
like a plan. Casting couch.
And I insist on 1080p.
It has to be in 1080p?
I insist.
Full HD, huh? I think full HD.
I have a Canon 7D. It's definitely doable.
Nice. I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of the Nikon 5300. Is what I used recently. That was a really good camera. So, we got to finish up soon. Jonesy, what do you want to get to before we send her on her way? You got any other questions you want to
Well,
get to?
I know we did talk about a couple of things beforehand. You mentioned Sarah J. in one of these questions. I was what?
Oh, the guest that we thought, who would she like to get in the cat house?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I just want to tip my hat to that.
Well, we didn't tell the listeners. We had asked previously. Why don't I just ask you the question? Is there someone that you want to get into the house that you haven't gotten in the house? And Sarah J was one of your answers, correct?
April Flores was the first one, who
Right, okay.
is a beautiful BBW adult star, the very first BBW to win an AVN award, which I can take partial credit for there being a BBW award at all
Nice.
at the AVN. Yeah, BBW Fan Fest was pivotal in making that happen. So I love April Flores. She's so beautiful and such a wonderful person. But Sarah J is by far one of the coolest girls in the industry. I've known her for years, and we go to these conventions all the time, and I'll stop by, and it's like a high school reunion. Hey, girl, but I want her to come to the house and spend a weekend there. I'm dying to get her there.
That would be awesome. Shoot us a text if that happens, so we can check out the website and see what's going on.
Of course, absolutely.
And we're going to wrap it up, so why don't we, Jones, you got anything else for her? I was going to have her shout out all her plugs and everything before we go.
Yeah, I guess before that, I feel like this last question we had prepared was really relevant. What are the 3 key points that you want to portray to the listeners, that you really want them to know to get from this interview?
First and foremost, before the adult stuff and the porn stuff, and at the end of the day, my biggest mission is size acceptance and embracing your body, regardless of what I believe that you can love somebody regardless of what size they are. Happiness doesn't have to have a number on it.
Nice.
And that's my biggest message throughout everything that I'm doing. Second of all, the Cam House is a great opportunity for people that are inside the industry, or even people that are just trying to help find their comfort. They're following along the same number one message, which is, learning to love your body and accepting who you are regardless of what size you are. And generally, I forgot what my third answer was, so...
That your house is a voyeur. It's a voyeur experience, not a scheduled sex fest. It happens if it happens.
Yes. It's organic. Yes. It's grassroots.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm glad you have my ansers. Most of them I remembered.
We have your entire interview laid out in front of us because we wanted to make sure we did a great one. And I think
there's not always a penis in the glory hole.
No, not always a penis in the glory hole.
I'm looking to put one there permanently, but hey, that job still remains open. I'm accepting applications, just have
like a 24-hour gimp just standing there, right?
Chained to the glory hole. Not the worst place you could be chained to, by the way.
No.
Right, and the security shirt. Like, you could have a security shirt on and then just be bottomless.
That's awesome. So, Platinum Puzzy, we got you at platinumpuzzy.com. You want to shout out all your stuff? Now's the time. Let us know where to find you. What else you got going on in the industry? The stage is yours.
Well, I will be working on a whole bunch of new projects. Cam House, obviously, is my baby. We'll be at AVNs and doing a BBW strip contest at Club Leafsies on January 22nd in Las Vegas. And another one in Baltimore at Hustler Club January 29th. So if you're looking to see BBWs do some great stage shows, work the pole, and do things that you didn't think big girls could do, this is your opportunity. Aside from that, you can follow us on Twitter at BBW Cam House. Same thing on Facebook and Instagram, and pretty much anywhere else on the internet, BBW Cam House.
Awesome. Platinum Puzzy, we would love to have you back in the future. This was a great interview. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for sharing your
Thank you so much for
life
having
with us.
me.
I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
I did.
Great.
And we're going to have to go take a break, but we'd like to have everybody check out bbwcamhouse.com. Platinum Puzzy, thank you. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one. Stay tuned, everybody.
So latest news in the Onnit world, the new Alpha Brain formula, which is just a slight tweak on the old formula.
It's fascinating to me that this is a new frontier. Every single report I've gotten back is positive. All these people that have tried it, I'm getting testimonial after testimonial.
I think Alpha Brain's amazing. That was the first supplement I took from them, and just like you hear, I think you feel amazing. Overall, feel great. Mental focus, feel sharp.
By the way, Max Eberly, one of the best pool players, a great instructor, is just raving about Alpha Brain.
3 hours of sleep, at the most, and it would keep me focused throughout the day and ready to go.
Awesome dreams at night, lucid dreams. You know, my girlfriend Sarah takes it. She was like talking about flying around. I definitely had some pretty intense dreams with it as well.
Do you realize their dreams in the middle of them?
No.
Because I'm doing that all the time.
They were once knighted by the creator of Ustream.tv.
3 Knights of Ustream.
In being the 3 Knights of Ustream, their mission is to help turn up the volume on the last source of freedom of speech there is, the internet. So join the flagship show of the Zedalza Entertainment Network, Zedalza, New York, every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, streaming live from ZenLive.tv. They'll show you just how it's done in the World Wild West. ZenLive.tv! Independent music, alternative news, the underground and the underrated. Addicted to Ink, a proud sponsor of the Zedalza Entertainment Network, is Westchester's premier tattoo, piercing, and apparel destination, offering only the finest tattoo and piercing services as well as the best atmosphere you will find. Addicted to Ink is located conveniently at 38 Westchester Avenue in White Plains, New York, right across the street from the Westchester Mall. If you got the itch for more ink, like the Zedalza boys do, get your work done right. Visit www.addictedtoinktattoos.com for more information. Are you a smoker and you need to quit, but you're discouraged cause it's harder than some like doing me? Favorite White Plains paper. Favorite White Plains paper. Are you a non-smoker but you like to do the tricks? Well, these are non-toxic clouds that exit your lips. Favorite White Plains. Oh yeah. Yeah. White Plains Vapors, located at 210 Mamaroneck Avenue in White Plains, New York. Visit our location and choose from a wide selection of exotic flavors.
Hey, this is Vinny Pastor. You can call me Big Pussy, and you're watching ZenLive.tv.
There are men who live their lives brighter and darker than others. And through these experiences, they form bonds stronger and harder than the rest. Here we celebrate this common bond of uncommon men. One does not choose to come here. There are no interviews. A man's right to be here at this table must be earned before he's offered a seat at it. Today we welcome another man who has earned his seat at the table.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Broken Filter Live every Tuesday on the Zedalza Entertainment Network. Ladies and gentlemen, it's episode 47. We're cranking right along. We want to thank our sponsors over at White Plains Vapors. We always want to thank our sponsors over at Addicted to Ink. And of course, if you're a homeowner, the number one thing that you want to pay attention to is Steve, the electrician, the electrical handyman. Joe, did you install too many Christmas lights this year and blow out an outlet?
Absolutely happened.
Do you have a light in your living room that just keeps blinking and driving you crazy?
All the time.
And you live in the Westchester area?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Steve, the electrical handyman, will be able to set up an appointment and fix whatever electrical issue you might have. Steve could even fit you in on nights and weekends. Do not let your electrical issues ruin your holiday season. So if you need help during this stressful time of year, pick up the phone. Steve, the electrical handyman, is waiting for your call at area code 646-671-9411. That number again is 646-671-9411. Don't forget to tell him you heard his ad on Broken Filter Live, and if you did not get the phone number, go ahead and slide back the old tab or go on brokenfilter.net.
That's
Joe,
right.
listen, as a homeowner, it never hurts to have a relationship with an electrician.
Never does.
It never hurts.
Never hurts.
Listen, there's a guy we trust, really good guy. Give him a shout, 646-671-9411.
All right. Jonesy, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Have you ever wanted the quality of a fitted baseball hat coupled with the benefits and look of a skull cap?
Only if I'm about to receive at a glory hole.
And that sounds like a good place to be. If you're not on the field trying to keep the sun out of your eyes, why do you need a brim on your hat?
Great question.
Look no further than AboveTheBrimHats.com. The hats from AboveTheBrimHats.com are fashionable and functional. Is your bandana maybe bunching up under your motorcycle helmet?
Typically.
Well, not anymore. You can wear an above-the-brim hat instead. The revolutionary new style of hat is something you are going to want to check out.
All right.
If you go to their website right now, AboveTheBrimHats.com, you can get in on the Christmas special if you enter code B as in boy, KATB $. And that'll get you $3 off any item from their website at AboveTheBrimHats.com. But make sure you do it now, because this code will only be valid for a limited time. And they are currently also offering free shipping on all holiday orders as well. So make sure you go check these guys out at AboveTheBrimHats.com.
Very nice.
FetishArtist.com is a place to find the fetish artwork and drawings of J.E. Moyes. Artwork includes bondage, BDSM, female domination, Leatherman, latex, leather, kinky hardcore erotica, and so much more.
Wow.
Also included is news about other fetish artists such as Michael Manning, I think it's Gurnot or Gurnot, not sure, and Simon Benson. The site also covers events from the Los Angeles fetish scene, and if you aren't in LA, not to worry, FetishArtist.com, that's fetish-artist.com, spreads the word about some must-see fetish events in other areas around the world. Another great thing is that you don't have to just look at the artwork, you can also touch. None of this look, don't touch nonsense. Included on fetish-artist.com
Thank God.
are links to the Fetish Artist Etsy store where you can buy original artwork from fetishartist.com. Stickers, kinky cards, color prints, just the things to decorate your home dungeon, unnerve relatives, and possibly scare off Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yes.
The artwork on this site is not something you're going to be able to find anywhere else, so definitely go check out J.E. Moyes at fetish-artist.com.
I'm telling you, me and Joe both have dungeons, and these guys come highly recommended.
Yes, we have dungeons, and we can't wait to order from their Etsy store at fetish-artist.com. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors. We love you all. Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com /Joe Rockstar is where you can get your advertisement up here with us, with everybody else you just heard. We will get you out there to the world and hopefully get you some business. Jonesy, what time is it?
Time to get scammed?
Time for random thoughts.
Time for random thoughts, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
All right, which way we going first?
And why don't you start us off?
All right, so my random thought is scams. We all love a good scam. We all love, not because we want to get scammed or be the recipient of one, it's because we want to be the person that's doing the scamming, okay?
Right.
And I came across one that is just so brilliant, and I also want to warn our listeners, okay? So I live in the New York area. Oh, Santa Claus!
Santa Claus is in here right now. Hello, Santa.
Oh, I have a gift for Mr. Jonesy.
You do?
Christmas time is here. Santa has stopped by Broken Filter Live.
I'm so flattered. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Santa has a gift for Jonesy.
Santa uses ribbons?
Yeah.
Look at this.
She's a sloppy bitch.
Mrs. Claus is a sloppy bitch.
Everyone's got to excuse me for a minute. Oh, my goodness.
What do you got over there, Jonesy?
It's new fucking headphones.
New headphones! Woo!
This is great!
For our listeners out there that don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Jonesy's headphones were left here one episode. We'd like to thank Santa Claus, ladies and gentlemen, for making us stop. Jonesy's headphones got left here one day and disappeared. We don't know. We trust everyone in here, so we don't know how it happened. But it looks like the good elves up at the North Pole got Jonesy a new pair of headphones for Christmas, and that is fucking awesome.
This is amazing. Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
I know Jonesy's going to be giving out celebratory hand jobs on the way out tonight. Very happy Jonesy right now.
A few high fives later.
Sticky ones. Anyway.
Yeah.
Back to scams, Jonesy. We'd like one more round of applause for
Yes.
Santa Claus. Thanks, Santa. That's awesome.
Wow, that's good. That's flattering. Okay, so me and my girlfriend are starting to entertain the idea of renting an apartment together in the next few months. You know, 3, 4 something months or whatever away from here. So we're looking around. We're just casually looking. We're having a good time. Like whenever we see an ad, we'll kind of send an email to each other during the day. And my girlfriend just started a new job, so she's got a little bit of extra time. So she was surfing around Craigslist trying to find something. And she came across one, and I click on it, and I read it, and my jaw almost hit the floor. It was kind of embarrassing. Because for a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom,
yes,
with an attached garage, washer-dryer hookup, stone fireplace, wood floors, and our own driveway.
And a partridge in a motherfucking
It's a
pear tree.
fucking house.
Yeah.
And it was for $14.95 a month with no broker fee.
It should scream scam right then and there, Jonesy.
Yes, but I thought I was high. So I had to pick up the phone and call this person because it looked like a regular Craigslist ad. I swear to God it did. So I call the person and I'm like, yeah, hello. And he goes, yes. My name is Jimbo. And I'm like, hey, Jimbo, I just saw this ad on Craigslist. Looked too good to be true. I had to give you guys a call over it.
Thought there was a typo or something?
Yeah, he goes, let me tell you something. I love being in this business because I get this call all day long, and it's really to the caller's benefit. And I'm like, well, so what do you mean? And he goes, listen, we come to the rescue of people who have bitten off more than they can chew in their houses and their mortgages.
Yeah.
So what we do is we come in as a third party. We invest in, we act as a broker between you and the bank that issued the lien to the house, the title of the house. So literally, you would have half stake in the equity built on top of this house, while the original owner gets half and the company gets half. So I would get 50%, and they would get 25 each.
Okay.
And there's no down payment, and everyone goes home happy as shit. I thought to myself, that is the best fucking idea I've ever heard. And I got really excited, and in my mind, my mouth starts frothing.
Right.
I'm thinking to myself, I gotta call every fucking person I know.
And get him in on this deal.
How much money do you have? Do you have any credit? Are you ready to ruin it? Get ready. Because we are fucking going to the moon, right? So I get so excited, and then he goes, he's listening, I'm getting more excited, I'm getting all fucking worked up. And all of a sudden, I'm like, all right, so where do I get started? He goes, all right, all you got to do is go on the website. I'm going to give you a code. He goes, you pay $200 for access to the website, and then off you go. And all of a sudden, it was like the sound effect. When the Wheel of Fortune lands on bankrupt, it's like, boo!
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Oof. There it is.
It was like a balloon in a room full of porcupines. It was just over. And I was like, fuck.
Well, at least you were smart enough to catch that if anybody's asking you for $200 before you can access this information, this magical information brought down by a wizard from the gates of heaven. No.
So that was very good. So I type in America Standard, and please note this, American Standard Online. American Standard Online. I typed that in, and there was a scam report 50 pages long that these guys are fucking assholes. Because let's be honest.
Were they listed right next to the free cruise phone call that you get like once a month?
Do you need a vacation? It's like, yeah.
$10 with your bank account number that will get you on the cruise. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
But so that happened, and it was just to this very day, I don't know if there are actual properties involved.
No.
Maybe, but I'm not going to take that chance because that's illegitimate business practice. You can't do that.
If you got a scam report 50 pages long, Jonesy, I'm pretty sure that those people fucking got suckered already.
Yeah. How is that legal?
They did the legwork.
How has that not been done before?
I guarantee it pops up. It gives you like 5 listings.
Yeah.
And they're all already taken. Stay tuned for new listings.
Yeah.
Some nonsense like that, probably.
That'd be a great strategy.
Which verifies the fact that it did list things.
Yeah.
And maybe
so it's not completely illegitimate, but in reality it is. And what are you going to do? Are you going to call your lawyer and try and sue him for $200.
They picked a magic number. They picked a magic number. They're like $200. They're like $200 will probably be enough for these people to be suckered in because they're looking to spend a broker fee of twice that, if not more.
Yeah, if you're a largemouth bass, you would probably chase that lure for $200. You know?
No, Jonesy's almost scammed.
I was so almost scammed.
But Jonesy wants that scam.
Oh my, I want that scam so fucking bad. Because think about from the sales end, from the business end of it. Think about it. Let's say that you sell 5 of these things to fucking largemouth bass like me, you know?
Yeah.
All across, like it's a nationwide company.
Yeah.
Let's say you get 5 throughout the day. All right, so you just generated $1,000. You go home with 500. The company goes home with 500, and you're fucking balling, bro.
And you're living large.
Yeah, and you can get excited about that.
$2,500 a week, 52 weeks a year.
Yeah.
Cha-ching.
Without a doubt.
All right. Let me talk about the interview, if that's okay with you, Jonesy.
Fire away.
I know we touched upon the interview, and not the amazing interview we just did with Platinum Puzzy. And if you're just tuning in, rewind or listen to the podcast tomorrow or the next day on iTunes or Stitcher. But the interview with Seth Rogen and James Franco is still in the news this week. Very, very rarely do we have a story that's still valid a week later. But they were going to cancel it, which everybody knows if you have Facebook. You're aware of what was going on. They were like, no, we got threats, the Sony hack. They're saying they're going to do terrorist things to the theaters that show it. It's not getting showed. Then Anonymous comes along. Those of you that don't know who Anonymous is, they are the hackers to end all hackers. They should make movies about Anonymous because they've literally done things that nobody has been able to do.
These guys are right next to the wizard who's inventing these $100 bills. It's fucking up the whole system.
Yeah, he's the wizard coming down from the gates of heaven, giving you free housing for
this
$200.
magical underground.
So Anonymous was like, listen, we've had the movie because we secretly hacked your fucking networks months ago. We have the movie.
We did it months ago.
We're going to release it anyway, so you might as well release it to theaters.
Right.
So pretty much, the moral of the story is Sony is pretty much going to do whatever a hacker tells them to do at this point. So now they're releasing the movie again in select theaters on Christmas Day. This is not the whole point of my story. No one has taken claim to this yet, but everyone thinks North Korea was involved in the hacking of Sony to get leverage to create this hubbub to stop the movie from being released. Someone, hacker world, probably Anonymous, I would think, the group Anonymous, timed out North Korea's internet. Every single internet connection in a country of hundreds of millions of people, I would say safely.
Well, I was about to make a joke and say all 901 internet connections. Because
no, North Korea is legit millions, hundreds of millions of internet connections. Say 4 major service providers. 4 individual major service providers were hacked and shut the fuck down. I don't even know if they have internet yet.
Unbelievable.
Talk about the new apocalypse. Shut down the internet and television and phones tomorrow.
Yeah.
And there is riots in the streets. People will be fucking losing their minds.
Well,
that's the attack.
And the best part about this whole thing is that means we get another Die Hard movie with Bruce Willis.
Yes. I think we were pretty much signed on for about 3 more. We're going to see Die Hard movies till he's in a wheelchair, bro. That's a payday for them.
It is.
So, yeah, it boggles my mind. Have you ever seen the movie Hackers?
No.
Okay, in the movie Hackers, I think Angelina Jolie was in it. They connected computers to payphones because this movie's old enough where payphones were still prominent. And they started changing and shutting down streetlights. They changed them from red to green. They messed everything up, right? I'm sitting there going, yeah, okay, bro. When I was like 14 watching this movie. Yeah, sure, okay. Yeah, you're going to hook it up to a payphone and shut down. Bullshit.
Because that's how it works.
Because that's how it works. Because that could happen. Fucking some dudes that have the ability to hack were like, fuck you, North Korea.
Yeah.
Fuck you hard. I'm a Seth Rogen fan. I wanted to see his movie. Fuck you. Internet's off. Just fucking. I don't like what you did. I'm turning off your internet on your whole country. That just boggles my fucking mind that that's a possibility.
It really is something
and
else.
if Anonymous, I applaud you, Anonymous. Good for you. You didn't need to blow anything up. You fucking shut down the internet.
You didn't need any Agent Orange or you didn't need to invest $360 million into 5 helicopters. You can just listen.
Yeah.
2 hackers and a bag of Cheetos.
2 hackers, a bag of Cheetos, and some Gatorade and Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
A couple laptops, and North Korea's shit out of luck on the internet. It's a little scary, though, that if they could hack Asians that means they can hack anybody. Because I feel like Asians would be the ones that are savvy in the computer world, no?
You know, maybe other Asian countries, I don't see the North Koreans launching a whole bunch of infrastructure projects to lay FiOS cable. like they did in Long Island and New York City and shit like that. I don't see that.
I could see your argument there. But I don't want to badmouth North Korea because I don't want them shutting off our show here.
All right, fair enough.
We have 5 minutes, Jonesy. I know
Yeah.
you wanted to get to Chili Peppers, but is there a possibility we could talk about the Chilean DJ really quick? What are your thoughts?
You want to table the Chili Peppers?
I think you'll enjoy the Chilean DJ story.
It better be a good story.
It is a really good story.
All right.
All right. Chilean DJ down in... I hope I printed this information. I might not have printed it. Okay, I got it. There was a contest for an EDM party. They did a contest for an EDM party live on the radio. And this DJ was like, whoever will do the craziest thing will win a pair of tickets to... I guess it's like what we have here, like the Jay-Z Carnival and Electric Zoo. So this is like
Sure.
their big thing down there. Like, the craziest thing you'll do. This girl calls up and she's like, I will fucking eat your ass on the air. I will toss your salad on the air. So I think we have a picture for our viewers. Our listeners are shit out of luck. Google it. You'll find it. So she straight up whipped creamed his asshole and tossed his salad on the air.
Is that a big dick in the background? What is that?
Yeah. It looks like a big penis. I'm not really sure if someone... It might be like our little dildo our big dildo that we have off to the side.
It kind of looks like my dick.
No radio studio is complete without a 12-inch penis dildo in the corner. But yeah, this woman eats out his ass. Apparently, there was a huge uproar. People were extremely unhappy with the outcome.
In Brazil?
Chile.
Really? People are uptight in Chile about...
Extremely upset. But this
Really?
is like a morning show that I think this is a show this isn't like Broken Filter Live on ZenLive.tv. This is a morning show people listen to when they're driving their kids to school. And this chick's like, I want tickets to the EDM show.
Yeah, but do they actually have schools in Chile, though?
Yeah, yes.
They do?
Yes.
Okay.
So people are very upset about the whipped cream rim job, as I think they're calling it.
Mm.
And my question is, these EDM people, it's getting out of hand. I have never in my life wanted tickets bad enough to something where I would toss a salad. I want to see the Foo Fighters at Citi Field in July.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Right.
I am not shoving my face into someone's asshole to get tickets. I might blow somebody, but come on. I got limits. Here.
But an ass, really?
But an asshole, really? Come on. So I was wondering, do you think that's as far as anybody's gone on the air? But I know, Stern, all these guys have gone far, but this is like normal morning show.
Well, I don't think in Chile, I have a hard time believing that anyone really, truly gave a fuck in Chile. Like,
they had to issue a huge apology.
Because I picture like an old, beat up guy in corduroy pants and barefoot sitting on a milk crate and listening to this while he was peeling his banana and just go like, oh, you got his ass eaten. What do you want? Like, I just don't feel like there's a real backlash. I don't see a lot of people with pitchforks in Chile doing this.
Do you think if this happened on 92.3 Now morning show here in New York,
are you kidding?
People would lose their fucking minds.
Oh my god, dude.
Lose their fucking minds.
Oh.
Right? You'd have soccer moms lined up around the studio.
Oh.
Signs and shit. No rim jobs. I don't know.
You would have a better turnout than election day.
Yes.
On the fucking streets for that. It would be a massacre. Because people can't wait to focus on shit that doesn't matter. And they're tuned in with fucking satellites linking, and when something doesn't matter, oh fuck, do they go crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The less it matters, the more they're into it, right?
Right. Meanwhile, their healthcare costs are shooting up 700%, and no one knows.
Jonesy?
Yeah.
It is time. It is unfortunately time.
Yeah.
To do our little goodbyes.
What?
For this week. Episode 47 has come to a close. I would like to do a quick shout out for one of our other sponsors from the previous weeks, thecomedymonster.com. Comedymonster.com. Go check out Dan Turnagel. He's got a special. It's hilarious. Go find him on iTunes and Amazon and Google Play. Facebook, we got a group and a fan page, Broken Filter Live. Twitter at Broken Filter 1. Jonesy, where do people listen to us on podcasts?
On Stitcher, on iTunes, and that other place.
Everywhere.
And everywhere.
And what should they do for us?
You should review. You should subscribe.
Yes. And rate us.
Rate us.
5 stars.
Give us reviews. People love that shit. They eat it up. Hey, and a special shout out to all of our listeners overseas.
That's right.
Fuck yeah!
England.
We love you!
UK. United Kingdom, we love you. Check us out at BrokenFilter.net. Email JoeRockstar at BrokenFilter.net for anything that you want to add to the show. Platinum Puzzy was awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
BBWCamhouse.com. Tune in next Tuesday at 8 p.m. live, ZenLive.tv. I'm Joe Rockstar.
I'm Jonesy. Merry Christmas!